and she does not speak life into you, she's not it. If you're dealing with a woman and she does not pray with you, for you, or over you, she's not it. If you're dating a woman and she does not bring anything to the table, and yes, I said something to the table and it needs to be tangible, she's not it. If you have a woman that cannot look at your table and have the ability to assess what's missing and what you can do to continue to add to your table, she's not it. And lastly, if you're dealing with a woman that receives more than she gives, she's not it. And don't be, oh, no, the man is the giver. He's supposed to be providing. I'm not talking about that. A woman's natural innate ability is to be a giver. We are created to multiply, to nourish, to develop, to pour, to nurture. So you give a woman groceries, she makes a meal. You give a woman a house, she makes it a home. You give her an idea, she makes a plan. You give her a plan, she makes execution. You give her a seed, she finds the soil, she plants it, and it harvests. You give a woman some sperm, several kids might pop up. You see what I'm saying? A woman is always going to give back more than what she receives, because that's what she was designed to do. And that's how you know what type of woman you're dealing with. But lastly, if you really want to know what type of bitch you got, tell her your dream. But make sure you tell her an outlandish one. It might not even be real. It might not be like something you really, really are dead set on doing, but just mention it. And say, baby, I've been really thinking, and I think I'm going to go ahead and go to school. Or I've been thinking I'm really going to open this business. I've been thinking, but I'm really going to go get that next degree. I've been thinking, but I got to pull back from my full-time job to get a part-time job, and then I'm going to go seek this because this is what I need to do to get us further. But it's going to require sacrifice on both of our parts, not just mine. You might not get as many date nights. You may not get as many purses as you got. We might have to pull back on a couple trips. We can't go to the fancy vacations and the fancy restaurants that we normally go to with our couple friends. We might need to get a different car. We might have to pull back on one of these car notes. Something's going to have to happen. You might even have to pay a couple more bills than what you're used to paying in order for me to get to where we're trying to go. And if she don't say, where the fuck do I sign up? And if you rockin', I'm rolling, you got the wrong hoe. If you're dating a woman and she does not speak life into you, she's not it. If you're dealing with a woman and she does not pray with you, for you, or over you, she's not it. If you're dating a woman and she does not bring anything to the table, and yes, I said something to the table and it needs to be tangible, she's not it. If you have a woman that cannot look...
I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua Kwakadash, and double honors to the elders that rule well. Salutations to the elders, to the apostles, the brothers that are living in truth, doing the work day and night and day diligently. And shout out to your sisters who is loving Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, loving yourself, respecting yourself, loving your husband, respecting your husband, loving your children, doing right by your children in the home, doing the positive things out of the Lord. So, yeah, she's making some great valid points. A lot of women today, they don't understand that, and because a lot of them are dealing with a lot of psychological manipulation warfare that they use against men, and men are so naive and privy because they're not being taught what to look for when they're dealing with a woman. She made some good points, but she also failed to mention this. When you're dealing with the Most High, when you're dealing with Yahweh, Yahweh is not an author of confusion. He deals with honesty, sincerity, truth, faith, and love, and meekness. So if your woman can't provide those things according to how you treat her, you understand? Because you're the head and she's the tail. She's supposed to honor you all the days of her life. And if she can't do those things or meet those requirements, you got to get rid of her. You got to get rid of her. Let me tell you something. Time is very valuable. Never waste your time on a person that don't see value in you. So you move forward. Don't string them along, and you don't stay around. You understand? And I'm talking about, this is pertaining to the men and women. You're gonna learn a big lesson, because when the Lord establishes His kingdom here on this earth, you're gonna do exactly what men want you to do, and you're gonna acquire to our creeds, and you're going to follow the rules that Yahushua is establishing His kingdom on this earth. And if you can't get with the program now, then you're gonna suffer. A lot of you women, you think you're gonna be young forever, so you excuse me, you have this fantasy that you're not gonna get old, or you're not gonna get judged, or things gonna go your way, or you're gonna do things because no, it doesn't work that way. You know, the Most High, you know, He loves us, but at the end of the day, a lot of y'all don't love yourself. So you playing a dangerous fucking game, and a lot of y'all don't want to follow what the Most High telling you. So let's keep it real here. A lot of women today do not want to follow. You know, a lot of them are fucking enemies. You know, you want to be combative, you want to be disrespectful, you want to talk back, you're the only group of women on this planet, and of this nation. You're the only nation on this planet that disrespect the black man. You know what I'm saying, per se. You don't. A wise man said, "You want to know how that nation behave? Look at their women, because that's going to show you that their men of their nation are in order." And that's the truth, man. That's the truth. A lot of you women are out of order, man. You don't wanna respect. You don't want to respect the rules, so you gotta go. You feel me? Sorry, guys. So, yeah, hold on, guys. So, in order for you to be respect, in order for a man to respect you, you know, you have to do things that's worth the while. You feel what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you know, you gotta make a decision that's going to help you. And if you don't listen, no, I'm here. I'm just getting my tools. How you doing? Yes, everything all right? All right. Enjoy your day. Okay, you too. Yeah, hello? So, yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. So you wanna make sure that everything that you're doing is correct. You know what I'm saying? You don't wanna be good morning. Yeah, you don't wanna be put in a situation where it's gonna hinder your growth. And sometimes you gotta test women. Sometimes even if you gotta, like she said in the video, even if you gotta make up a false narrative, right, to see how she's going to attend, or she's going to show you what she means, you know. So you gotta be positive. Morning. So you gotta be positive. You gotta be looking forward. You can't wonder if, oh damn, I wonder if she's gonna be like that. Sometimes you gotta throw bones out there to see if she's going to grab and receive it, or she's going to negate or neglect it, and she doesn't see anything worth the while. So you got to be very careful who you choosing and picking out here. Hold on, guys. Yeah, so I'm sorry, guys. I was just interrupted for a minute. So yeah, so if you don't do these things, or if you don't acquire the proper things that's necessary, you know, you're gonna have a hard time. So my best advice is, you know, always trying to have good counsel. You know what I'm saying? Always trying to get some kind of help from leadership, eldership, you know, and if you have a good solid woman, and you pray over her life, and she pray for you, you know, and y'all stay on that course, it will work. But if your woman is not a praying woman, or she just oh, I feel sad today, let me just keep to myself. No, it's not gonna work. You know, you always have to talk to the Most High, man. Do all the days of your life, man. And if you don't have a woman that's care for you, that's kind to you, doing these things for you, don't even put your mind to it. You understand? You know, don't even waste your time. Time is very valuable to us men and women on this planet, especially men. You know, typically women, they live longer than us. You know, typically they live longer. But try your best to do better. Excuse me. You know, and most of these women, most of these females, you know, they play fucking games. You know, a lot of them are hoes, you know, birds, you know, 304s, bops, dots, skeezers, scallywags, whatever name that we got for them, that's who they are. Jump offs, train riders, you know what I'm saying? Whatever they are, man. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta look at the severity of a woman, man. If a woman's do these things without any consequences, you know, she don't give a fuck. I mean, if a woman do this and she don't fear any kind of warnings, she don't give a fuck. You got a lot of evil people out here, and the reason why a lot of them are evil because nobody didn't check them when they were small. So you have an evil child that's grown doing evil shit. Sometimes the Most High allow them to get older, and so that bad shit can happen to them, so it can be a warning to Israel. You know. But anyway, I hope this video was edifying. You know what I'm saying? And let me get one scripture, and I'm out of here. Let me get one scripture. Let me read this. This is I'm sorry, y'all. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 10. It said, and until the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord, let not the wife depart from her husband. Verse 11, and if she depart, let her remain unmarried or be reconciled to her husband, and let not the husband put away his wife. You know, so, you know, a lot of those women, you know, a lot of those women get put in a situation like that too. You know, and to you sisters that's in the truth, you just see, oh, you can't get rid of them. No. If you're disrespectful and you're disloyal and you go with another man, you're out of here. You cannot come back. There's no coming back. Apostle Paul is saying that because he understood what the law says. But let's keep it real. Like, how many women that's going to be separated going to be loyal? How many women that's separated is not going to see another man? A woman today doesn't have that discipline. She's going to fuck around with another guy. Don't get upset. That's what it is. But guess what? She can't come back in. While you dealing with other women, she can't do other men, and that's you know, they don't like that shit. You know, but the Most High made it that way, and that's what it is. You know. Verse 12 said, but to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother have a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not pull her. Let him not put her away. Right, verse 13. And the woman which have a husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him. Verse 14. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Elsewhere your children unclean, but now are they holy. So it's going both ways, vice versa. If one believe and one don't believe, you're sanctified. Okay, let me go to let me go to the Apocrypha, right? Let me go to the 26 and 1, right? So this is how a woman's supposed to be. Blessed is the man that have a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be doubled, right? Verse 2, a virtuous woman rejoices over her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. That's what you're supposed to do. 3, a good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord, man. It doesn't mean that a good person find a person that they're not a match. It's just sometimes people just not a good portion for you, you know. But we talking people that's literally doing shit, you know. Verse 4, whether a man be rich or poor, if he have a good heart toward the Lord, he shall all time rejoice with a cheerful countenance. So if a woman should see that, then you should behave in good cheer. You know, you should want to do the same thing. Let's drop down. It says, verse 13, the grace of a wife, the light of her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones. Okay? It said, verse 14, a silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. So, how mind well instructed? She's going to follow and do what's necessary. She's not going to give you a hard time, and she's not going to be disrespectful, disloyal. Okay, let's drop down. Verse 23, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. Verse 24, a dishonest woman contemns shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. There you go. So a lot of these women are dishonest and you shameful, man. Verse 26, a woman that honor her husband shall be judged while the war, but she that dishonor him in her pride shall be counted ungodly with more. So they're gonna look at this bitch like she ain't no mother effing good. Like, man, this bitch ain't no damn good, man. Get the fuck out of here. You know, that's it, man. That's the bottom line. That's what I wanted to get. But I gotta go. Shalom.